Hey guys, thanks for clicking on this video. Today we are going to be looking at GameStop, what the price has done today, and then because of some requests in the comments, we're going to be having a look at some technical analysis. Now I know you guys do like looking at some of the TA on GameStop because it is quite interesting to see what's happened and see if we can pick up some patterns and see if we can guess where the stock's going in the short term and try and get more of a closer read on the MOAS and when that'll happen. But before we get into that, let's have a look at the price today. $191.49. Well, slightly down now, up 62. It's changing quite rapidly, but up almost 1% on the day. If we just go to the daily view here, you can see that the GameStop started a bit low, even had lows of 168 and then got highs of 193, and it's been trading relatively flat for the last 5 or 6 hours. And if we just take that out a little bit, you can see we've really stabilized since that initial dip we had back on earnings, and then that another mini one on the 20th when the entire market was down. So let's get into some of the TA, but first, can you please give a like on the video? It really helps me out, gets this video to out as many people as possible, and we can spread the good word of GameStop. So I do like looking at a couple of important indicators. The first one I like to look at is MACD, and the reason for that is because you can see what the stock's doing due to its exponential moving averages over the last while. So this is a daily view, and you can see that we are currently on the negative side. The signal line and the MACD line have converged, which means that the momentum is on the negative side, and it looks like it is starting to slow. Let me zoom in a little bit here. You can see that the lines are diverging, but they are going towards that. So as the line expands, that shows where the price has been for the last 9 and 26 days, but it is an exponential moving average way to the more recent time. So because we had that big drop on the 9th of September and then again on the 20th, this is why we are seeing the low ones. And if we go back and compare to the rest of the year and see where we've seen these similar movements, normally the downswing after a rise has been, well, the shortest a month. There's 2 months, there's 2 months, and there's another mini one there. So unless we've got another mini one coming, we probably won't expect any big moves again for another month based on what the stock's done over the last year. Now, the next indicator I want to look at is the RSI, and this is the Relative Strength Index. We just want to see what the stock is doing and whether it's in the overbought or oversold regions. Right now, you can see that it is bang in the middle. So no real movement either way. If we just take it back to September, just before the crash actually, well, this is when it raised up from 160 to 200. It was massively on the overbought region, stayed like that for a couple of days, and then reverted back to the mean, which is the 0. So you can see here that we've been on the 0 line, and we haven't had elongated periods of time right in the middle since about April. We were on the massively undersold from July to August, and I did say that when it hit there, that was the lowest point it's been, and then obviously we went on the upside, which I did say we're expecting some good price movements in the short term. So this will be one to follow. If it gets a bit lower, then you would think that the stock would be moving up, because yes, GameStop is a very special case, but people do use technical analysis to buy and sell stocks, and if they're buying and selling GameStop, the price will go up, despite the fact 50% of all the trades are on the dark pool. Retail investors still can affect stock prices, even though they are being massively suppressed on the whole. So yeah, nothing from the RSI right now, kind of in the middle. If it gets down to these points again, then that would be that it's a good signal to buy more, and you could expect another price movement. Then finally, let's just have a look at some moving averages. I like looking at the moving averages because you can really see how the stock's doing in the long, depending on the time. So my favorite one I like looking at is, if we just cancel this here and then go back to here, click on that. I like having a look at the 50-day moving average because it's a bit of a shorter one on the stock, and you can see we are trading currently above the 50-day moving average. Let me just change the view again. Zoom in. You can see it's acting as a bit of support on the 50-day. It was below this point from July to August, and it really jumped up. So in the short term, it is ahead of that. So that is a good sign. The next one I want to look at is the 100-day. 100-day once again is a longer moving average, and we are acting at a bit of support on the 100-day as well. And then finally, let's just go look at the 200-day. I imagine that'll be a very similar story, probably actually a bit more higher, a bit more lower, sorry. So let's just zoom it in, and you can see, oops, sorry, I've changed the views. And you can see here that that's the 200-day moving average, so well above the 200-day, but this obviously includes previous prices before the initial squeeze. So those are the things I like to look at, really the three main technical analysis I look at. Obviously, we've got the resistance and support points I do like to look at and keep track of. I have outlined this one here, but then the main ones I do look at is MACD, RSI, and then some moving averages as well, just to see what's happening, because I do think it's interesting. Oh, I suppose I also do like looking at fib retracement, just to see where the lines are. The fib retracement is on this one here, and it's basically just to be used to see where the stock's going to retrace to. So where is it? I'm completely blind here. It is not the fan. Oh, I've changed the view on this. It's on, oh, that's why, because it's at the very top. So if we just go out from the very start to the end, let's go to here and expand this one out. You can see that there was some bounces off this line, the 78% line, and then some resistance around about the 62%, and it's been hovering around that one as well. So that's, you go to the highest, the lowest to the highest, and then you look at the points in between. And if we just go for the more recent time, I suppose the most recent lowest point was this one here, and the highest point was there. And then we can just zoom it in a little bit. Oh, unfortunately, the scaling is a bit weird. Let me just try and expand that out a little bit more. Let's slam on the daily chart. You can see here that the high side was here, and we got a pretty good bounce off that 62%, and it's retracing back up this point. So it is very good for looking and trying to get a more I suppose broad view of the stock and see what the prices are doing. I do like using it, but it's more just to see what's happening. But people do use the stock, so if they go, oh well, it's gone from here to here, and then it's gone down here, they would buy here, they would buy here, they would buy here, and they would definitely buy down here. So if people are, people are trading using fib retracements as well. Right, let's just go quickly back. So as I said, the stock's at $190.22, up a small amount on the day. I'm glad to see that it is up after a couple of down days. People were spouting some doom and gloom of GameStop, but it seems that the stock is doing fine right now, and that's what we want to see. Just keep it on going up and up and up. We want the floor to keep on rising, which it is. If we just do a log there, you can see just going up and up and up, slowly, slowly, slowly. And it looks like this is the new floor, round about 175. Right guys, thanks for watching the video. Please give a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys next time.